What's going on, guys? GZTV quick video here. Yeah, it's about 1:30. I know I'm late. We went to the Lego store. I bought some Lego sets. I'm not going to build them on stream this time. We're going to be watching the All-Star game tonight. I'm going to be building those, but we have Dexter to talk about. We have the season 3 finale. We're already 3 seasons through. I think there's like 8 seasons in the original series, and I have like 2 or 3 spinoffs. I don't know if I'm going to watch the spinoffs yet. We'll see what they're about. I don't know. But yeah, we're just going to kind of briefly talk about the episodes about, maybe give some final thoughts about it. I have to watch The Walking Dead, and I'm going to try to finish the Breaking Bad eventually. And I don't know if you guys saw my tweet last night, but I'm planning on watching a bunch of movies because there's not going to be basketball on. So yeah, be on the lookout for some movie reviews. There's been a lot of movies I've wanted to get to, and I'm finally able to do that. So yeah, Miguel Prado's corpse lies in the middle of a park as Dexter is silently waxing philosophical about death. So he left Miguel Prado's body out there so they could find it. It's like the Skinner's MO. He doesn't like dispose of the bodies. He leaves them out in the open, and that's kind of what Dexter wanted to do here. So it looked like the Skinner did it. After they kind of look at the body and they realize the Skinner did it, Dexter arrives home with Rita, having been physically pushed out of Miguel's funeral by a drunken Ramon. Yeah, Ramon is on edge, and Dexter does like a really good thing here. Like, you realize how good of a guy he is, and obviously he's a serial killer, but you have to support him almost because like he kills bad people. Like, everyone he's ever killed is was like a bad person in their past life or whatever. And yeah, so him and Ramon are kind of having like a beef to end the season. I mean, this season didn't end as well as it probably could have realistically. What are these people taking it? Oh, Instagram pics. Okay, I respect it. But yeah, while he's driving, Dexter tries to think of wedding vows, but he's interrupted by a phone call. He's got to think of his wedding vows. The wedding's coming up soon. Yeah, and Rita's mom kind of sends her like a backhanded thing. Dexter returns to his apartment to find that someone has broken into it, and he can only assume that Ramon did it. Ramon broke into his apartment. He's been like mad at him, and throughout the episode, things just keep on getting worse for him. Yeah, and the cop told him his neighbor saw someone that looked like Ramon, and then he finds his blood slides. They haven't been touched. But his wedding suit got tarnished. Although Ramon doesn't meet the code's criteria for killing, Dexter has no intention of ignoring him. And yeah, he's like, I can't just shove this guy out of my life. Like, I have to do something about this. So on his way to Ramon's house, Dexter thinks about using the ring to tie Miguel to Ellen Wolf's murder. Like, he's gonna finally frame Miguel, and obviously Miguel is a dead man, but like, that's going to do a lot for the Prado family, like bad things. It's going to do a lot of bad things for this family, Back at the office, Dexter contacts Sheriff Jesse Whitaker in an attempt to locate Ramon. Jesse Whitaker is like the former partner of Ramon. Obviously, he's out of the police force now. He got put in jail. Yeah. And he's calling on behalf of Ramon's wife, but he really wants to just know what's up with the guy. Dexter also enters Rita's maiden name into a Michigan database and learns that she had been married for 6 months when she was 16 to John Allen Ackerman. She got married when she was 16. She's got a crazy past, and I really want this show to exploit her past. I think that's going to have a lot of potential storylines moving forward with this show, and I think that's what they're going to do. Rita's probably going to have a couple of her own episodes where we learn about the origins of her life, because I don't think her life was perfect at all, and we already know some of the imperfections, and I believe there's probably more. Everyone has secrets, and that's kind of something that Dexter describes throughout the episode. Angel briefs the department that they are on high alert to catch George Orozco, aka George King, who was a former torturer for the Nicaraguan military. So he kind of has roots in this stuff. He likes to torture people. He finds satisfaction from it, Angel informs Deborah that he has recommended her for detective pending only the formality of Maria's signature. So yeah, another storyline that's been building all season. Deborah trying to get her shield. It might finally be happening, but with the Anton stuff, I don't know. Deborah asks Frances if she's found any info on Harry's CIs yet. Some things are left in a box and they're like locked away, and there's some very hidden stuff that no one is able to see, I guess. Maria is upset after hearing that a local highway may be named after Miguel. This is like a highway she drives home from work, and it's going to be a daily reminder that someone who murdered her friend. Obviously, she knew Miguel in the past. She had a decent relationship, but she's going to be constantly reminded of like the Ellen Wolf situation, with Miguel Prado. Deborah runs into Anton outside the station. They kind of have like a little conversation. She's getting her shield. He's like, congrats, And they talk, and yeah. Dexter's not been able to track down Ramon at any of his favorite watering holes, like the bars, and one of his friends in the force recommended some bars that he likes to go to. So Dexter's been kind of on a journey trying to figure out what place this is that he might be at. So a furious Angel tells Deborah that he has learned she slept with Anton while she was their key witness and feels he must inform Deborah, or Maria, whatever, as an honest detective. He has his own position to uphold as sergeant. He's going to have to be honest. He can't hide this. He's going to have to reveal it eventually. Angel goes to Maria's office and confesses to seeking prostitutes during a dark time, so he figures out this is an opportunity for him to reveal some dark secrets about himself. And if you can... And Maria's very understanding. If you can, relay your personal life like that and you're confident, you have nothing to hide. And that's, a good thing to have in the force. Still in the car with the kids, Dexter is aware that he has a tail. He runs a yellow light, and the guy gets... And obviously George King, who is in pursuit. At first we think it's Ramon, but it's George King. He's in pursuit. He runs the stoplight and gets smashed by a car. So yeah, and he flees the scene. Just prior to the rehearsal dinner, Dexter catches Rita in a lie about how many times she has been married, but does not call her on it. He got very close. He wanted to, but he kind of wants to go with the flow for now. They have a decent relationship going for them. At the office, Deborah sent the photo from the hit-and-run fender bender that Dexter witnessed, so now they have to investigate it. The car is stolen. They figure out all this stuff is going down. Dexter pays a visit to Ramon in his holding cell. And this is a really good moment because Dexter, kind of teaches him some life lessons, finds some sympathy. He doesn't hate the guy. He hardly knows the guy. And this is, Dexter trying to be, a friend of a friend, and give him some good words. And I really like that Dexter did that. It was a good gesture of him, The only bit of evidence found in the stolen car that King was driving is a tobacco leaf, and they're trying to, link it to, a tobacco factory and whatnot. Yeah. It's the night before Dexter's wedding, and he's, he replaces his suit. He goes to the tailor, does all this stuff, and he hits, as he's going out of the tailor whatever you call it, just call it the clothing shop, whatever. He gets smacked in the head by the King, and he gets captured. This time, actually gets captured. The morning at work, Deborah finds Missoukas going back over the evidence from King's car to... they're continuing the search. And Frances finally gave her the files for the father's CI. Dexter wakes up tied to a table in an abandoned tobacco warehouse with King waiting to torture him. That's where the tobacco leaf came from. George King, he just keeps leaving behind evidence. So, yeah. Deborah shows up at Anton's apartment to tell him that she has accused herself from the case and wants to be with him. She gets her detective shield and all that, but she doesn't want to be a part of this case. She wants to spend time with him. And so their relationship can really, formulate, As King whistles menacingly, Dexter tries to take control away from him. And this is kind of an iconic moment. George King's, whistling. It's kind of like a haunting scene. Is Dexter finally, facing some consequences for... Is he finally, facing consequences? I don't know. Who knows? He tells him he killed Freebo. King said he's lying, all that stuff. Dexter rocks the table back and forth until it falls over. He's strapped on the table. He has visions of his father and stuff. But then he tips the table over, breaks his hand so it's mushy so he can get it out of the wrap or whatever. And he gets free. He frees himself. They fight. When a squad car pulls up, he pushes King off of it and he goes into the squad car. It was probably one of the most savage scenes I've seen. Very savage scene I've seen on this show. I think it was great. Dexter arrives late to the wedding hotel sporting a cast on his hand. They're like, oh, what happened? He just broke his hand in like falling off the stairs accident. And Deborah somehow didn't find him at the scene. That was interesting. I thought that was interesting. I thought that would have been cool to see Deborah like finding him there. Dexter vows to be the best husband and father he can be, which is completely honest, honestly. Like, he's not lying this time. Like, he's lied a lot in his life, but I mean, yeah, I don't really have time here. I'm just going to wrap it up here. I think this was a really good way. It was a fulfilling way to close it out. There wasn't anything crazy that happened. Season 2's finale might have been better in terms of suspense, but Dexter's becoming a family man, so that's going to open up for all sorts of things in the next season, so I can't wait. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Jesus TV, reviewing your favorite TV shows. I am out. We might have like 2K23 gameplay